We said, you know what, we offer you the service. We make sure that all your figures are correct and that we really do revenue management for you, but we will buy the system for you so you get the better rate.
From Hotel Tech Report, it's Hotel Tech Insider, a show about the future of hotels and the technology that powers them.
Today we connect with Michael Bohler, a very busy hotelier who, in addition to managing 3 hotels in Swiss ski destinations, also advises hotels on revenue management and digital transformation. In our conversation, Michael shares one powerful reason to modernize your tech stack. Let's dive in. Thank you so much for being on the podcast today, Michael. Great to have you on, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you. To get started, I would love for you to introduce yourself and tell us about your companies.
My name is Michael Bohler. I'm the owner and founder of the Sun Hospitality. We have 3 pillars of our company, which are, one of them is managing and renting hotels. One of them is helping all the hotels to do the digital transformation. And the third part is about revenue management and remote services, especially about front office and stuff like this. So that's where we are. We are based in Switzerland. Funny-wise, we're getting more and more contact as well from Germany and Austria, but our focus lies in Switzerland.
Great. And the hotels that you manage, are those based in Switzerland as well?
Yes, there are 3 hotels up in the mountains, one in Arosa, one in Papan, and one in Andermatt. 3 ski resorts, of course, which are having as well a lot of people coming up in summer for biking, cycling, and stuff like that.
And are the hotels full service, limited service, and how many rooms are in those hotels, just so we can get a mental picture?
3 beautiful 3-star properties, between 25 and 45 rooms. All of them are full service. We have restaurants, but we have a slightly different concept, depends on the location. As an example, we're having one hotel up in Arosa, which is mainly focused full service with the reception, classic, as well the one in Papan. And then we have, I call it a little bit my playground, the Hotel Bergedil in Andermatt, which is where we trying mobile check-in, mobile checkout, so the full journey automated. But then again, we have a restaurant on site where people can enjoy the restaurant, having service, but more focused on service like where's the next ski station, where can I find the best pass for biking, where can I go for hiking, stuff like this. I want to give them the choice or the possibility, my team members, to focus on that fun stuff, not on administration.
Well, let's dive right in because I'm curious to learn more about how you're handling mobile check-in and the kind of automated service type of environment that you have at that hotel. So can you walk me through your tech stack?
So what we work together is we're having Muse as a PMS, which then helps us to manage all the reservation. On top of this, we have Like Magic. Like Magic is a Swiss company, which is the full service when it comes to communication, mobile check-in. On this based with Burgwächter. Burgwächter, I'm not sure if anybody knows them too much. They are a company for locks in Germany, which are with codes, because the property itself is quite old. We couldn't put in a modern lock system with NFC or stuff like this. So we focused on locks with codes, then which gave us the possibility to change the hotel very quickly over to make it full automated. And then additionally, as we give them the remote services like revenue management and front office or administration, we have Lobby AI, which is a company which is a plugin to your Outlook or Gmail account, which helps you to rewrite or write the emails beforehand. It has a connection straight into Muse, so it knows what is the occupancy, is the pricing, and helps my team actually to write already the offers before they even have to send it. So they can go quickly in, have a look on the email, see, oh wow, that's everything written, maybe do a little bit of correction. And then after the email goes off, it goes. Very automated. And it helped us a lot because I have to say, for the hotel, which is now all year round open, we could save up to 2 days in work because everything is now really automated, which helps us a lot to develop as well, because we want to have more hotels in the future. So we need to have a very smooth tech stack that we can grow quicker.
Lobby AI sounds very cool. Can you show me the power of including that information from your PMS in an email? I mean, it sounds very cool. So I would love to hear how you use it in practice.
I really have fun with it. First of all, there's all this more like a better co-pilot, which now you can use as well to answer emails. But luckily, it's a lot more because what we had to do in the beginning is of course, we uploaded our A to Z. A to Z is for us all the information about the hotel. What is the room sizes? How are they designed? Which room number is closest to the elevator? Stuff like this. What is the offer from the restaurant? All of that information we were able to upload it to Lobby AI very easily. And then as well, we had the integration into Muse or our PMS, whereas one to our Lunchgate, which is our booking portal for restaurant bookings. So it was able actually take all the data about, is there still enough rooms for group requests? Is there spaces in the restaurant for dinner and stuff like this? And so that's how it now starts. First, when an email comes in, let's say, Adrian, you send us an email. Could I stay from the 2nd of December for 4 nights coming up for skiing? By the way, would you recommend what is the closest ski lift? Stuff like this. And that takes straight away the answers, including saying, by the way, yeah, there still is a double room standard and double room superior available to this and that price. And then I send you out, including a link where you can confirm the reservation. So of course it speeds straight away. What we had to say is, well, we have to be careful because you can automate it. So that means, well, if you send it, it will make like this in a chatbot and you get the email back with giving you an offer. And you can imagine that's a little bit creepy. We have to be careful that people don't get a little bit of, wow, what comes on there? What is that? Very strange. Is this really normal? So we have to delay it. And at the moment as well, as the system is only now half a year old, we still go through the emails, we check them, we, read them quickly and then send it off. But it's very, very helpful. You can imagine it's really quickly, or even if we get as an example, a compliment, it writes straight away how to answer it, or do some cross-selling as well, which is important for me. If somebody sends us a compliment, that we're very grateful, but tell them as well, by the way, did you know there is another possibility, or the lift starts, they're open already on the 1st of December this year, blah, 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 so that we can do additional sellings.
So it sounds like the tool drafts the message on behalf of your team and then someone manually sends it, just so it feels a little bit more natural. Is that right?
Absolutely. At the moment it does, but in the future it will do it itself, like a chatbot, if it gets. But of course we will delay, so it's normal. It's not a feeling of what goes on. Yes, absolutely. And for us, as an example, with that we can actually, before we had one person looking after Anne, which is doing for us the remote reception. She was looking after 4 hotels before. Now with that system, we know already she will be able to double up the services, which is great for our clients. I mean, we have our own hotels, but on top of that, we give these services to other hotels. And this is great for the others because suddenly we are in pricing wise, we are as well it's pricing wise is good for the other hotels as well, whereas for us as well. Absolutely. It gives the potential to grow.
So we talked a bit about your PMS, communication. Within the guest experience, what other tech do guests interact with? Do you have a hotel app or anything in the room that guests would engage with?
Yes, we do. That's through Like Magic, where we have the whole interaction, if that's afterwards over WhatsApp or if it's by email or how they want to communicate with us. And that's very good for us, especially we don't have any phones in the rooms. We need not even have a TV because Bergendale is, we call it as well, the rider's haven, whereas especially the target group is free riders, bikers, cycles, hikers. So it's all about more the younger generation, which don't need TVs anymore. They need a good Wi-Fi. That's the most important thing, which we have. And otherwise, everything's so. And therefore, we give them with QR codes the possibility to interact with us. As well, what it gave us with this Like Magic gave us the possibility now to open up all year round. Before, it was always for us, like you can imagine, up in the ski resorts during May, beginning of June or end of October, November. It's very, I mean, you are alone there. It's not a lot happening. There's no snow yet, or it's not the right weather to go biking. And therefore we said, we have to close the hotel. Otherwise we just lose money. So when we got that system, we just in the beginning told our clients, you can stay with us. Everything is automated. We make sure the rooms are clean. The breakfast you can get at the local bakery close by, stuff like this. And we actually got 50% occupancy without having all the work. I mean, we have the work, we clean the rooms and everything, but not having an open restaurant, having team members around, being able to give them some holidays, send them away. And that was great for us, which even now gives us the chance during November, including breakfast, because we had enough occupancy, so we can clearly have the hotel already open, which again gives us the possibility in the future to employ our team members all year around, not only during the season, which is less stress to find team members, especially for ski resorts or holiday resorts. It's always a struggle to find new team members, and that's a little bit helpful for us being able to leave it open.
So we've talked through the guest-facing tech. I am curious to learn more about the back office tech. So do you have a revenue management system? Do you have an accounting system? How does tech help you run efficiently behind the scenes?
It's funny, with my company, we've done, I would say, questionnaire with 80 hotels to find out how does the digital tech stack looks in Switzerland. And we got really response from 80 hotels. And what we clearly can see now is the majority of the hotels is focusing on the guest sides. They are very well now with chatbots, with, as we said before, like Package or Strive, all of these different tools, having PMS, having booking engines, all of them. But often they forget actually there's a lot more behind the scene, as you just asked me. And what we, as an example, have we working with a company called Hotel Finance. We have integrated our financial accounting tool, a human resource tool with PMS, and fully automated everything. Even what gave us the possibility, as it automated throughout the tree system, it gave us the possibility to build a dashboard on top with a BI, with the business intelligence, which then of course gives us much quicker the information about about the turnovers, about the cost, how everything looks. Whereas often we have, all the hotels which are we working with, sometimes they get the reports 1 month later, maybe only twice a year or once a year even. And that gives us, we have only about 5 minutes to see clearly 5 days. How was the month before, so that we can react if there's anything goes wrong, cost-wise or payroll-wise and stuff like this. That's the one thing when it comes to administration tools like that. And then the other thing, which was very, very important for me, is when it comes to human resource, having a system which is as well for the team member easy accessible to see their rotas, to see their shifts, even as well to be working with Gastromatic is the company called, where my team members, they can log on the system, they see what is their shifts. If they wanted to have a day off, they can request it, or they can request holiday through the system. They can even swap shifts with colleagues if they feel like, can you not do that shift for me? Instead of having all these post-its and how it usually looks like in the housekeeping office with all these little papers, they do it through the system. The housekeeper, she can just say, no problem, yes, I swapped with your colleague. It depends on which person it is. As an example, if a housekeeper asks a housekeeper, they even can swap between them. It doesn't need a validation by the head housekeeper. Of course, if it's different level of employment, it's like, say, learner with the restaurant manager, doesn't work out. But that's how we make the life easy for our team members as well with the onboarding, so they can send all the information straight into the app, which then makes life first easier to onboard them. So which is a very cool tool to make it much quicker. And that's the back of house. And of course, as you asked before as well, revenue management wise, we have a system in place, but there again, we manage the system for our clients, which in this part now is different hotels again, where we help the hotels to improve their turnover, their occupancy and average rate. But we have seen so many different systems out in this world of revenue management, so that we decided we have to find one for our hotels, which again, cost-wise is fair. So we said, we offer you the service. We make sure that all your figures are correct and that we really do revenue management for you, but we will buy the system for you so you get the better rate. We work in this case with Atomize, which is a great revenue management. It has a very good overview as well, forecasting tools in it. And so that makes it much more efficient for us, whereas for our clients, in this case, the different hotels.
One thing that I'm curious to hear your take on, I hear a lot of hotels mentioning this desire for more personalized marketing. Like if someone booked a balcony room last time, you want to send them an email asking them to book a balcony room next time. How do you think about guests staying with you for different reasons on future stays? Like, do you think all of the guests' preferences from their prior stay, are those all still relevant for their future stay? Or maybe you have a guest that comes back with you every year and sometimes they bring their kids, sometimes they travel with friends. Like, I feel like it could be the same person, but they have different needs. So how do you think about that in a marketing context?
It's funny that you ask. I remember when I used to work on a five-star property up in Arosa, as well in a different ski resort. My previous GM there he was hanging up the summer pictures in winter in the lift and the elevator, and during winter and summer the winter pictures, of course, to make sure that everybody understood. By the way, you can be here as well in Switzerland during summer in the hotel or in winter. Just as a simple, or as an example, wouldn't we have the English, nobody would ski in Switzerland because they were the first saying, you know what, that's so beautiful in winter, we should come up here as well in winter, not only in summer. And that's what you mean is we not always know what they want to do, so we have to give them ideas. And I think that's important, that you have a mix. But then again, how do we find out what could be their interest? Because he's a free rider as well, for golfer in summer. Could that be? So I don't want to have just a shot. And therefore, sometimes, yes, we need just our team members as well to be able, and I think that's the thing is where we have to give them possibility to record. Of course, now we have to GDPR, be careful what we record these days, of course. But then again, if they understand the person has that interest, to make sure that this gets somehow into our system as well, that we understand what could be another interest. Of course, that me as an example, as you just said, I travel with my family, with my boys and my wife once a while. Well, then again, we have a boys group where we go different cities. I'll be honest, I wouldn't go into the same hotels. If I travel with my friends, we stay in different hotels as we stay with my family. But then again, you're right. It could be that somebody's over Christmas with us, and then January they're coming for a weekend with friends. Absolutely. And for this, as you asked, yes, for this we need even more data. But how do we get that? Oh, that's still a mystery.
I want to switch gears a little bit and hear about some business objectives that you're focused on. So if you could share one or two goals for your business and how technology is helping you get there.
Let's focus for colleagues. At the moment, I'm looking after 3 hotels. 2 of them, the Rosa Vetter and the Alpina Papan as the Bergilde in Andermatt. These are 3 hotels, and our goal is to grow in the next 2 to 3 years up to 5 hotels at least, or even to 10. And why are we confident that we are able? One side, we're having in Switzerland this issue that more and more hotels getting run by family, where they don't have successor. No people coming after them. The kids, they don't want to take over their hotels. So therefore, the one thing is at the moment happening is a lot of family owned and family run hotels starting to get sold or closed. And therefore, I'm kind of confident that we will find more hotels which we can implement into our group. But how we will be able to do that? Because we don't find anymore this family which wanted to work 24 hours without any days off during 7 days during the winter season. We are aware these days you want to have few days off, you want to work your hours, and that's what you want to do. And we have to find solution to give this new team member or this management couples or this management of the hotels the possibility to have their work-life balance, but as well being able to run the hotel very professional. And I think that with our tech stack, as we are able to take so much administration away, to give them really the space for free time, but as well for the time being with clients, that we are able to getting more hotels and taking them over. and as well cost-wise. The thing at the moment, you want to have as well profit. End of the day is a business. We want to have the profit. And with the system, we're being able to have a profit. We're being able to pay rents and being able as well to refurbish the hotels, because often their hotels are not anymore the latest and greatest.
Do you find that team members are kind of embracing this new technology? And are people happy to be using tech more to gain their work-life balance? Or have you run into any hesitation or any pushback on implementing like tech in a more widespread way, especially if you're working with people who may have been managing hotels for years or decades?
Everything which is new scares people, and they need a little bit of that time. So often we take team members and as well management onto the journey, show them what is the possibilities. Then together we decide which tech stack we want to implement. Often we end up with the same, because it's for us more efficient that we have everywhere the same, so we can swap team members as well through the hotels. But then again, it is always the same. So we have the excitement in the beginning, and then of course then we have this, we call it the valley of tears. Everybody is really frustrated about the new system, doesn't work, they don't find any more the buttons as were there before and stuff like this. But then it usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks, and if then you ask the team, so what do you think? Should we change back? Is it really that bad? Often they have forgotten actually how the old system looks like. So it's important that you, from the beginning on, take everybody on board. But of course, you will have 1 or 2 which are really against it. And you have to find the opinion leaders in your team which are really open for it, which want to go ahead and press. And that's interesting. And sometimes you are surprised that you feel like, oh, this person will be clearly open for it, but they don't want it to have no change at all. They just want to, it worked, but why should we change and stuff like this? If we change everything, you will be having more time to be with your clients. You will have 50% less administration. We will be even able to have only 1 person during the night, which helps us then again having more people during the day, stuff like this. Of course, you can't come only with cutting people down or having less people in the shifts or having less. It's all about cost. You have to show the team as well the benefit, and then it works very well. But for me, it was very important to have everybody on board from the beginning and show them the possibility. And of course, to have as well a veto if they want to, but often we ended up to have no problem at all.
So I have one more question, which is always a favorite. I'm curious to hear from you. What is one thing you believe about technology in the hotel space that your peers or competitors might disagree with?
When we speak to hotels or when I speak with colleagues, often they see only the cost, which I completely disagree. Yes, there is a cost with the new tech stack. There is, as in the past, we used to work with CapEx instead of OpEx. And people always said, okay, that's CapEx. I have invested that, and then it was gone. But then again, we had no change for another 10 years because we had spent all that of money. And therefore, I believe it's not really a cost. It's savings which we are spending to make in the future to have made more turnover, more profit, stuff like this. But that's a really tough one for me to convince my colleagues sometimes to see that benefit to gain more profit because of more spending.
Well, that's a great note to end on. Thank you so much for your time, Michael. It was great talking with you. Thank you so much for sharing all your experience and expertise with us.
Thank you very much for being with you.
That's all for today's episode. Thanks for listening to Hotel Tech Insider, produced by HotelTechReport.com. Our goal with this podcast is to show you how the best in the business are leveraging technology to grow their properties and outperform the comp set by using innovative digital tools and strategies. I encourage all of our listeners to go try at least one of these strategies or tools that you learned from today's episode. Successful digital transformation is all about consistent small experiments over a long period of time. So don't wait until tomorrow to try something new. Do you know a hotelier who would be great to feature on this show? Or do you think that your story would bring a lot of value to our audience? Reach out to me directly on LinkedIn by searching for Jordan Hollander. For more episodes like this, Follow Hotel Tech Insider on all major streaming platforms like Spotify and Apple Music.